7 days were fulfilled after when Yahweh had smitten the river of Mithraim, turning it into blood. Shemot, Exodus, chapter 8. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe,
Go in to Paro and say to him, Thus saith Yahweh, Send away my people, that they serve me. And if thou refuse to let them go, behold, I will smite all thy borders with frogs, and the river shall swarm with frogs, which shall go up and come into thy house, and into thy bedroom, and upon thy bed, and into the house of thy servants, and upon thy people, and into thy ovens, and into thy kneading troughs. And the frogs shall come up, both upon thee, and upon thy people, and upon all thy servants. And Yahweh said to Moshe, Say to Aaron, Stretch forth thy hand with thy rod over the rivers, over the streams, and over the pools, and cause frogs to come up upon the land of Mithraim. And Aaron stretched out his hand over the waters of Mithraim, and the frogs came up, and covered the land of Mithraim. And the magicians did in like manner with their enchantments, and brought up frogs upon the land of Mithraim. Then Paro called for Moshe and Aaron, and said, Entreat Yahweh, that he take away the frogs from me and from my people, and I will let the people go, that they sacrifice to Yahweh. And Moshe said to Paro, Have thou this glory over me? For what time shall I entreat for thee, and for thy servants, and for thy people, that the frogs be destroyed from thee and thy houses, and remain in the river only? And he said, For tomorrow. And he said, Be it according to thy word, that thou mayest know that there is none like Yahweh our God. And the frogs shall depart from thee, and from thy house, and from thy servants, and from thy people. They shall remain in the river only. And Moshe and Aaron went out from Paro, and Moshe cried to Yahweh concerning the frogs which he had brought upon Paro. And Yahweh did according to the word of Moshe, and the frogs died out of the houses, out of the courts, and out of the fields. And they gathered them together in heaps, and the land stank. But when Paro saw that there was respite, he made heavy his heart, and hearkened not to them, as Yahweh had spoken. And Yahweh said to Moshe, Say to Aaron, Stretch out thy rod, and smite the dust of the earth, that it may become lice throughout all the land of Mithraim. And they did so, and Aaron stretched out his hand with his rod, and smote the dust of the earth, and there were lice upon man and upon beast. All the dust of the earth became lice throughout all the land of Mithraim. And the magicians did so with their enchantments to bring forth lice, but they could not. And there were lice upon man and upon beast. Then the magicians said to Paro, This is the finger of God. But Paro's heart was strong, and he hearkened not to them, as Yahweh had spoken. And Yahweh said to Moshe, Rise up early in the morning, and stand before Paro. Lo, he cometh forth to the water, and say to him, Thus saith Yahweh, Send away my people, that they serve me. Else if thou wilt not send away my people, behold, I will send swarms of flies upon thee, and upon thy servants, and upon thy people, and into thy houses. And the houses of the Mithrim shall be full of swarms of flies, and also the ground whereon they are. And I will set apart in that day the land of Goshen, in which my people dwell, that no swarms of flies shall be there, to the end thou mayest know that I am Yahweh in the midst of the earth. And I will put a division between my people and thy people. By tomorrow shall this sign be.
And Yahweh did so, and there came grievous swarms of flies into the house of Paro, and into his servants' houses, and in all the land of Mithraim the land was corrupted by reason of the swarms of flies. And Paro called for Moshe and for Aaron, and said, Go ye, sacrifice to your God in the land. And Moshe said, It is not meet so to do, for we shall sacrifice the abomination of the Mithrim to Yahweh our God. Lo, shall we sacrifice the abomination of the Mithrim before their eyes? And will they not stone us? We will go 3 days' journey into the wilderness, and sacrifice to Yahweh our God, as he is commanding us. And Paro said, I will let you go, that ye may sacrifice to Yahweh your God in the wilderness. Only ye shall not go very far away. Entreat for me. And Moshe said, Behold, I go out from thee, and I will entreat Yahweh that the swarms of flies may depart from Paro, from his servants, and from his people tomorrow. Only let not Paro deal deceitfully any more in not letting the people go to sacrifice to Yahweh. And Moshe went out from Paro and entreated Yahweh. And Yahweh did according to the word of Moshe, and he removed the swarms of flies from Paro, from his servants, and from his people. There remained not one. But Paro made heavy his heart this time also, and he did not let the people go. Then Yahweh said to Moshe, Go into Paro and tell him, Thus saith Yahweh, the God of the Abrim, Send away my people that they serve me. For if thou refuse to let them go, and wilt hold them still, behold, the hand of Yahweh is upon thy cattle,